Imagine a spiritual path that honors the universal truths in all religions, that sees we are all one. Imagine a movement that respects each person's right to choose their spiritual path. Imagine a spiritual movement that empowers and unites rather than divides. This is unity. For more than a century, Unity has offered a positive, practical, and progressive approach to understanding and applying the teachings of Jesus and other spiritual masters. Unity is non-dogmatic and inclusive. Are you a Christian with questions, or just spiritually seeking? Are you curious to explore the universal truths that Jesus embodied and taught, concepts that extend beyond traditional Christian theology? Learn how Unity bridges Eastern and Western philosophy and how it can change your life. Experience God consciousness. Raise your awareness. Live more abundantly. We invite you to explore our network of churches and study centers and our world headquarters at Unity Village. Call or email anytime for prayer support.
This is an open letter to Black America from Unity Ministers. We love you, and we embrace our responsibility to eradicate racism. It is our divine appointment to stand with you.
To see you.
To hear you.
To listen.
To be in conversation with you.
To be with your anger without judgment.
To know your sacred worth.
To acknowledge my privilege.
To take responsibility.
To confront complacency.
To back my words with action. Palabras con acción.
To be accountable for effecting change in my community.
To support Black-owned businesses.
To be a bender of the arc of the moral universe that bends toward justice.
To demand the end of police brutality.
To use my voice and my vote to end systemic racism.
To hold you and our country in prayer.
To be a call to action.
To be a voice for justice.
To be a voice for unity.
Just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it will be mine. I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind. Just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it will be mine. I do believe I will receive. I will receive. I just have to know. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind. With an open mind. Just a little bit of time. Just a little bit of time now. If it serves my highest good, then it will be mine. I do believe. I will receive. I will receive. I just have to know. Just have to know. And then declare it to be so with an open mind. And just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it is mine. I do believe. I will receive. I will receive. I just have to know. Just have to know. And then declare it to be so with an open mind. Just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it is mine. I do believe. I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind. Just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it is mine. Anything I want, it is mine. Anything I want, it is mine. Perfect health, it is mine. highest good, it is mine. If it serves my highest good, it is mine. If it serves my highest good, it is mine.
Now let's begin. Please find a comfortable position, placing your hands lightly in your lap and closing your eyes. In this moment, go within to that place of inner quiet where we experience our connection to the higher self. Let go of all thoughts and begin to observe the inflow and outflow of your breath. With each inhalation and exhalation, allow yourself to become more relaxed, more comfortable, more at peace. Gently introduce today's Sanskrit mantra, repeating it mentally and allowing it to flow with effortless ease. Sat Chit Ananda. Sat Chit Ananda. Existence, consciousness, bliss. Sat Chit Ananda. Whenever you find yourself distracted by thoughts, sensations in your body, or noises in the environment, simply return your attention to mentally repeating the mantra. Sat Chit Ananda. Please continue with your meditation. I'll mind the time, and at the end, you'll hear me ring a soft bell to indicate it's time to release the mantra. Sat Chit Ananda. Sat Chit Ananda. It's time to release the mantra. Please bring your awareness back into your body. Take a moment to rest, inhaling and exhaling slowly and deeply. When you feel ready, gently open your eyes. As you continue with your day, carry the sense of lightheartedness with you reminding yourself of our centering thought for today. I move through my days, light-hearted and carefree, knowing all is well. Namaste.
What the world is coming to. And something higher. Reveal the way to greater love. Greater love. Oh yeah. So the truth keeps telling me. Sing of liberation for the ones who are not free. Love can take us higher.
Byers-Beckwith, Tim McAfee-Lewis, the Agape International Choir Ensemble, a wonderful house band.
If today's talk touches you in a positive way, please use your social media to tell like-minded friends and family. Also, take a moment and like us on Facebook at SpiritIsing. Follow us on Twitter at UnityOCS and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Unity of Chicago South Spiritual Community. Listen to our companion podcast, Inner Quest. Find it wherever you download your podcasts. Thank you for your continued support. Namaste.
Good morning to you. My name is Nick Angotti. I am one of the ministers of Unity of Chicago South. And I welcome you this Sunday to a little talk about prayer. Why does prayer work for some people and not for some? Why does it work for me quite often, but then again, on some things it just seems to be so distant. So I'm gonna randomly talk about prayer itself, and and hopefully after all my rambling, you may walk away with this as something that can help you in your approach to prayer. Many of us, we go to prayer when we're hurting, when something happens, when something really challenging is happening in our life, when we've fallen in a ditch, so to speak, biblically. And we go to prayer then. But then we're under pressure. Then things, because the pressure of, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Then before you know it, we're kind of lost. And then we wonder why our prayers aren't answered. Well, you know what? Let me tell you a little story. This past week, I was shopping for a couple of items at the supermarket. And when I got to the checkout, apparently my cards had fallen out of my wallet. And the checkout lady called my attention to it, so I picked up the cards. I put them in my pocket because I didn't want to put them back in my wallet. They likely were dirty. And so I'm heading back out to the, putting my bags in the cart, and I noticed I had put my sunglass case on the top of the cart, but I was pretty much in a haste at this point, so I just kind of didn't think much of it. Got to the car, unloaded my bags, put the cart back in the, where they store the carts in the parking lot. I headed home. I pull out my cards when I get home, and because I want to clean them down because they'd been on the floor. And one of them was missing. One of them was missing one of my most important cards at this time of life, my medical card. I thought, okay. So I called the store, and I got a manager on the line, and she said, oh, we have something here. Stop by tomorrow. I thought, okay, yeah, nothing's lost. It's at the, it's there. So, I mentioned nothing's lost. Let me tell you about that. Nothing's lost in mind. Nothing's lost in universal mind. There's a divine intelligence that permeates everything, that is everything. This is the basis of the teaching that I know of God. God mind, divine intelligence. It's universal. It's everything. Years ago, I would say well over 30 years ago, one of my first teachers and mentors, Dr. Robert H. Bitzer, made a statement. I'm not sure if it came from the pulpit on a Sunday or whether, or from the lectern on Sunday, or whether it was a class. I don't recall the circumstances. But what he said rang very true in my thought. What he said was, nothing is lost in mind. Think about that a second. Nothing is lost in mind. If you appear to lose something, it can't really be lost in mind, because universal mind, the divine intelligence, is everything. And so consequently, it's somewhere within that mind. Nothing is lost in mind. So this is a thought that I've used, I should say an affirmation I've used throughout the years when something may appear to have been lost. And so instinctually, when I noticed the card was missing, I just said, wait, hey, nothing is lost in mind. It's just not within my current location. Nothing is lost in mind. It's just currently not in my awareness. Nothing is lost in mind. Oh, here's something else. Oftentimes we look, we search for this thing because we're in such a panic that we may have lost it. And so I've learned over the years to remind myself, stop searching. You do not have to search for it. You do not have to look for it. You will come across it. You will be guided to it, because nothing is lost in mind. And that thing I am seeking is seeking to return to me. That which I am seeking is seeking to be returned to me. You know, we can use this idea of nothing being lost in mind in all so many, many different ways. I, of course, quite often have used it when I've actually appeared to have misplaced something. Like my keys, which happened to have on the key ring, my ring, that Melissa had given me years ago. Why was the ring not on my finger? I was doing some carpentry work, so I slipped it onto my keychain, and then I misplaced the keys. Misplaced, not lost. I was guided back to the keys, and sure enough, there they were. Oh yeah, and a few years ago, when I noticed one day that my bike was missing from the garage. My bicycle was missing from the garage. It's not missing. Someone stole it. Yeah, that's a tough one to work on. What's in my consciousness that my bike all of a sudden would be gone? So I just said to myself, you know, nothing is lost in mind. Now, can you imagine how many bicycles there are in the city of Chicago? Okay? Thousands? Hundreds of thousands? I don't know. So in the city of Chicago, each time I entered the garage to drive out of the garage with my car, each time I entered the garage coming back with my car, I saw that spot where the bike was always left. And immediately, I had to remind myself, nothing is lost in mind. Nothing. Not even a single bicycle in all the hundreds of thousands of bicycles in the city of Chicago. This went on for 2 months. 2 months. One day I'm driving back from Evanston, where I had met with a friend once every Wednesday to do prayer work. And we would talk, we'd have dinner, we would talk, I would do some prayer for him on things he was working on, he would do some prayer for me on things I was working on, and he said, by the way, what's going on with the bike? I said, well, he said, I know, it's not lost in mind, so let's work on that. And we worked on that idea. So I'm driving back to Evanston, and I'm approaching Rogers Park, and there's a McDonald's, and there is my bike, and it's tied to a post. Okay, now, how do I know it's my bike? Actually, this is what the policeman asked me. How do I know it's my bike? I said, well, take a look at it. It's a hybrid, okay? It's used, can be used to go through woods, and it can be used to do a trail. Why would it have granny bars on it? I had the bars changed a few years ago because I was having some issues with my back. I said, in that rack, you know, that sticker on the bar. I got that sticker from a group of young people while riding from Minneapolis to Chicago on the AIDS ride. So I began to literally describe why this bike was mine and why all these little incidentals were mine. So I will not go into the details of what happened with the young man who took my bike, but it all worked out fine. The poor young man, he paid for that bike even though it was stolen. So anyway, nothing is lost in mind, not even a bicycle, in the hundreds of thousands of bicycles in the city of Chicago. Now, it really is a humbling thing for me to talk about this, because it makes me appear as if somehow I'm unique, that I'm different from any and all of you. No. You see, the master teacher had said, he said that to the centurion, when the centurion had come to him to help cure his servant, and he wanted Jesus to go with him to his home. And Jesus said to him, "Thy belief has made it so." That the servant was healed. He said, "I don't have to go to your home. Your profound belief in me and what I can do has already caused your servant to be well." So, thy belief makes it so. But there's a delineation, or there's a difference between belief and faith. As I mentioned earlier in that talk that Dr. Bitzer gave, that was over 30 years ago. And I've been using that clear statement, nothing is lost in mind, for over 30 years. What's happened is that the belief that it could possibly work initially, and I don't even remember what it was. I think I don't know, I misplaced the book or something. But the profound belief turned into a faith, a deep, deep faith that if I let it go, if I just do my best to release all the maturations and all the possibilities and all the imagination of what could have happened to this thing I've lost and where it could be, and then the searching and the searching and the searching, and then saying, whoa, hold it, stop your searching. The thing will appear. You'll be guided to it. You'll be guided to it. Nothing to fear. Nothing to become apprehensive of. Don't put a timetable on it. You will be guided to exactly where it is, and all will be well. I don't know, a few months ago I left an envelope of $100 bills in the bank. I misplaced it somewhere. I thought, I called the bank because I thought, well, maybe that's there. And they said, oh yeah, we found the envelope. In fact, your your receipt was in the envelope too. So I went back and they gave me the money. Over and over and over and over again, I've been blessed. Been blessed in all so many ways. But the most important thing for, if you hear anything I say today, this concept is not special to me. And nothing is special to any particular individual, not even Jesus. The master teacher wanted you to know, and clearly said it as he said it to his disciples. These things you see me do, you too can do. And better. And better. That was there too. That was written there as well. So let's really go to this idea of prayer. There is no handle on it. There is no particular formula except to trust. Just to trust. To trust your gut. To trust that there is something greater beyond you. You know, years ago, I was in debtor's hell because of divorce and you name it, the circumstances, but it was because of me. I mean, come on. Nobody else caused it, I caused it. And I finally got to a place where I said, wait a minute. All the things that I've learned, all the things I've been taught, what am I missing? Right out of Job. Tell me what I don't know. Teach me what I don't know. I know this, and this. I've learned this, and that. Teach me what I don't know. Talking to a friend, he says, I'm going to take you to a meeting. And he took me to a debtors anonymous meeting. And there I began to relax. There I began to realize certain patterns. Certain patterns. Good people taught me those patterns, but they were patterns I learned. And the key there, and it's the key to all of prayer, God, grant me the wisdom to accept the things I can't change. How many times do we pray for things that we have no control over? The courage to change the things I can. How many things do we avoid changing? Do we just avoid? Do we walk past, pretending they don't exist? Yeah. And last, the wisdom to know the difference. We have to learn to do the things we're able to do, and then give the rest of it up. We have to be able to give the rest of it up. So who do we give it up to? We give it up to a greater power. A greater power. Because the answers are all there. And the only way the answers come forward is through you. By becoming aware. Becoming aware. Recognizing you're alive. You're alive and you're aware. You know, I took Buddhist meditation for a while, seeking answers. And the instructor kept prodding me to sit up taller, to breathe this way, to do that. And all it did was throw me back to the days when the nuns used to whack me across my knuckles because I wasn't holding my hands in a particular way. We're taught all these things that at times tend to restrict, rather than just giving way and allowing for the infinite to do its perfect work through you. Do your perfect work through me. Yeah. There's a divine intelligence that permeates everything. You know, I mean, even a brick has atoms in it. And those atoms are a reflection of the greater universe. The microcosm and the macrocosm, they're all the same. There is nothing. You know what? And Rabbi Hillel said it centuries ago. Actually, he lived between the 1st and 2nd century. He said, there is not an atom lost in the universe. How can a soul be lost? There's not an atom lost in the universe. How can a soul be lost? You're not lost. No different than my keys, or the envelope with $100 bills, the bicycle, my health, my life, my wealth. Nothing is lost. Nothing is lost in divine mind. You are a glorious, amazing being. You are the child of the Most High. You are the child of the Most High. You're not lost. Neither is your soul. You move in the great oversoul of being. Your soul is interconnected with the universal soul of God. And each time you speak your word, John said in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and God was the Word. And nothing was made lest it be of him. Nothing was made lest it be of the Word. Because in the statement John said he was the Word. So when you speak your words, speak them with confidence. When you speak your prayers, you can start in the beginning by saying, I'm not sure about this, God, but it sounds like a good idea. I think I might try it. Nothing is lost. And I'm not lost. I'm ever and ever divinely guided to that thing which I know is mine. Oh, which brings me back to the original story. So I get to the supermarket the next day. And they had my card, and I asked them if they found a sunglass case. They said they did not. I went, all right, so I'm going to search every cart. And I go out to the parking lot, and there's what appears to be hundreds of carts. It was probably only about 50. But I was determined I was going to check the top tray in each one of those carts. Well, they were all stuck together, as usually what happens. So I said, oh, you know what, just go home. You'll buy another one. It's going to cost you $10. Just leave it alone. So I'm walking back to the car, and I went, wait a minute, nothing's lost in mind. And I turned, and there were 3 carts sitting there, and I just walked over to them, and the first cart had my sunglass case on the top of the cart. Trust and know. Trust and know that you are God. There's a divine presence within you, interconnected with that great universal presence, which caused all things to be. You are ever and ever divinely guided. Let's take this into a thought, a final thought. For each and every one of us, for each and every one listening, those who have yet to hear the word, I trust and know that there is nothing about me that is unique and special that is not also reflected in every single individual walking this planet. That each of us, in our own way, turn to prayer for those things we desire, but most importantly, reflective of the great Meister Eckhart, that wonderful teacher of the 13th century who reminded us, if we but say thank you, if that is our only prayer, indeed that is it. And I say thank you for all my good, for all the good that flows through each and every individual walking this planet, that they may be healed and whole and complete in all their ways, simply by the recognition that nothing in God's mind is lost. Nothing in God's mind can be broken. ne'er a soul, ne'er a heart. All is well. Thank you, God. Thank you, thank you. And so it is done. Namaste, the Spirit in me recognizes the Spirit in you. This is the day the Lord has made just for you. Rejoice, be glad in it. Do that which pleases you. So begins the lesson.
If today's talk touched you in a positive way, please use your social media to tell like-minded friends and family. Also, take a moment and like us on Facebook at SpiritIzing. Follow us on Twitter at UnityOCS. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Unity of Chicago South Spiritual Community. And listen to our companion podcast, Inner Quest. You'll find it wherever you download your podcasts. Thank you for your continued support